See, basically when we talk of internet access for all, there are two things which we need to look at. One is of course the technology side, making internet available in our villages, having, making it affordable, etc. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because that is a technology related issue. I'm hopeful that the government of India has got enough resources to achieve it. But what I am more worried is, suppose we get internet access for all at an affordable cost. Now, is it going to have what we call as digital empowerment? I'm actually concerned. In fact, the more the internet spreads, the more control our politicians will get on the people. Okay. Now, so therefore, simultaneously, as we try to spread the internet access for all, we need to look at what is happening as regards the regulation of this so-called internet. Are we having an internet which is going to be regulated totally, and like what happens in China or Burma or something like that? Are we moving towards that? In fact, the interest being shown by politicians on internet is because they feel that, one, they want to prevent freedom of expression by the people. Second, they want to have control for themselves. Now, so therefore, when we look at internet access for all, we need to simultaneously look at the direction in which the internet regulation is taking place in India. If we go by this debate which is happening on section 79 intermediary rules, we know that the freedom of expression in India is being hurt very badly. So badly that tomorrow it will be the intermediaries who will be controlling your freedom of expression. So democracy in India will be controlled by the intermediaries. I think this is where there is a lurking danger. So therefore, we need to see how we can ensure that the quality of internet which we are trying to bring to the people is one which will help the community, not the one which will hurt the community in the long run. Now, if you look at the government which is supposed to normally regulate such things, we, the people of the cyberspace, netizens, we don't trust the government because the governments have not made us trust them. The problem is that we want to trust the government, but it is not happening. Do we trust then the corporates? No, we don't trust the corporates also. Okay. So therefore, we are in a situation where neither we trust the government nor we trust the corporates. Therefore, we trust nobody but ourselves. In fact, to be frank with you, it has to be the netizens who have to be in the center stage of whatever regulations we think should be there. But for that purpose, netizens also have to show some responsibility. As one of my co-speakers said, that if we are not responsible, we can't expect the government to be responsible. Okay, therefore, we have to start with a sort of a regulation of the netizens themselves in a way. We have to be responsible netizens first before we ask the government to be responsible, before we ask the Googles and the other corporates to be responsible. I think one of the areas of focus of this kind of a forum is towards this activity of how to build a responsible cyber citizen. In fact, this is the slogan with which I started my Navi.org about 12 years back, and it continues to be there. I have not found a solution for this. But while we are trying to find a sort of a responsibility for ourselves, what does it mean? Now, we need to organize ourselves. We need to have a society, when we call it a cyber society or whatever is that. My idea was that we will first agree to a norm of a behavior and then ask rest of the people to support that. I think so. This is where some action is required, and in fact, those of you who have followed what I have been doing, couple of thoughts which I have raised now and which I would like to place before this forum for further discussions is what I would like to discuss. One is, I have assumed that we cannot wish away with regulation of the sovereign government, because even if we want to regulate the misuse, I need the support of the government. I have to go to the police if I want. So I cannot say that police are not required for the society. No, regulation is required. Now the question is, how do we bring regulation and the so-called reasonableness, which has become unreasonable, to within limits of acceptance? One of the thoughts I have explored is what I have called as regulated anonymity. I am not going to discuss it in detail here. You can go to my site and see what is the structure of what I call as regulated anonymity, because anonymity is what we think will give us the freedom of expression, but it has to be regulated, but not by a government agency, but by a different force. That is basically the essence of that. Secondly, we are having, for example, in the e-banking scenario, we are having dearth of information today. So therefore, the government of India started something called CERT, which was supposed to be a point of where the security issues of the internet are being focused. But CERT has miserably failed in its duty to the public. Though today, those of you who do not know, CERT has got powers which in United States, the people are not willing to give Obama the president. So switch off the internet. This power is available with CERT in India today. And it is supposed to collect information and disseminate information about security issues. It is not happening. So for the e-banking segment, I have been proposing that there has to be a netizen-oriented movement of this, at least in the e-banking segment, e-banking CERT, that is collecting the information about security incidents of the public and therefore providing a platform for some kind of redressal of the grievance. Then as far as the organizing the netizens is concerned, I have been proposing that we should create a cyber nation within India. In fact, there was a site which I called cyberdemocracy.org about 10 years back, which never took off. But the government of Karnataka at one point of time did start doing something on that. I wanted the netizens to actually come together, become a sort of a people's voice which will be heard by the government. Today, in Information Technology Act, there was a particular section called Section 88, which provided for consultation whenever changes in the law took place with a committee. That committee was supposed to have at least 3 or 4 representatives from the public, other than the governments. But today the Information Technology Department has forgotten there is one Section 88, and whenever they want to do any modifications, they never consult anybody. In fact, maybe an organization like Digital Empowerment Society or CIS should be actually representative in the cyber regulations of advisory committee. Okay. Now, I feel that many people have forgotten that there is a committee like that. That is, there is a law, there is a provision for voice of the people to be heard in the regulations not being implemented. We hope a forum like this should create a sort of a nucleus, and that is where perhaps I think we have to put in some efforts and to let the government do what they are supposed to do. Thank you.